Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I will be discussing what I thought of that two-part series finale for the longest running spin-off of The Walking Dead, as the other spin-offs are still pretty early in their infancy. This one is finally coming to an end, and it's bittersweet, but also feels like it's time as well. Fear the Walking Dead has dropped its two final episodes ever on AMC and AMC Plus today. I just got done watching them, enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I would, and I'm here to share my thoughts and feelings with you guys about that. So, if you haven't seen the final two episodes of Fear the Walking Dead yet, or if you've seen one and you haven't seen the other, you do not want to keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing spoilers from both episodes, as it is a two-part series finale. So you have been warned, spoiler warning is issued. Don't keep watching or listening if you haven't seen either episode, because I'm going to start dropping spoilers here in a second, starting now. Excuse me. I feel like I've been ready for this show to end for a while now. Between its disconnected storylines between seasons, the inconsistency of the motivations of some of the characters, and just overall lack of cohesiveness that The Walking Dead actually did have, which was cohesiveness. Like, one thing led to the other, one story led to another. It felt like that wasn't the case here with this series. Had it continued to go in the direction that it's set up so well in its excellent first and best season in season one, we could have had something truly special. But instead, we got what we got here. And I enjoyed parts of it, but as a whole, I didn't love it. You know, I enjoyed and liked parts of this series and some of the characters, but as a whole, not my favorite thing the Walking Dead franchise has done. Absolutely loved the first season. I will rewatch the first season religiously. But other than that, you know what? I'm glad this show is over, because it was high time. As much as I liked these characters, and I don't blame the characters, I kind of blame the people who write the characters. But it's good that it's come to an end. And frankly, it ended in a pretty satisfying way, wrapping up some of the character storylines, characters making peace with each other, everybody going their separate ways to find a new home or make a new home for themselves, their enemies defeated and destroyed, the dead defeated and destroyed. I knew Troy was going to die. As soon as he put his hand on Madison's shoulder, trying to make amends, and she was holding Alicia's spiky arm appendage thing, I knew she was going to impale him through the stomach. I'm like, nah, he's dead. He's got to die for everything he's done, and Madison will never, ever be able to forgive him or give him a second chance. And sure enough, she did that. So I wasn't shocked at all when she impaled Troy through the stomach, because I saw it coming a mile away. As soon as he put his arm on her shoulder and made himself a target and exposed this part of his torso, I'm like, he's dead. She's going to stab him right through the gut and just deal with Tracy after the fact. I will say this, these two episodes were not without their twists and turns, kind of like felt like a soap opera in a way, but in a good way. Wait, Tracy's not my daughter. She's actually the daughter of Alicia, and I took Tracy from her before she died to make up for the child that I lost to my pregnant wife who died. No, you mean this child is my granddaughter? You know, it's just filled with shit like that, but I'll admit it was kind of interesting. Of course, and then the bigger twist came in the final episode when Alicia's alive. Oh no, she never had a daughter. Wait, why would Troy say such a thing? Oh, because he knew Madison would go to great lengths to protect her, like she would try to protect her and save her own kids. So in his final moments, Troy actually ended up being a good father and tried to do what was best for his daughter, despite asking the person who just murdered him to look after his daughter, because she knew she was capable of doing that. So that was, you know, not exactly super redeeming, but he did try to do what was best by his daughter in his final moments. So I'll give him that. Other than that, I'm not sorry that he died, because he was still a bastard. Also, that Crane guy was a prick too. I was happy to see him go. I kind of forgot about him, to be honest. I couldn't remember if he had died or lived or not, but I guess he was still mad about his bitch of a sister Shrike dying and wanted to take Padre for himself. everybody wanted Padre this season. It just felt very repetitive. But at the end of it, the island was lost. The people were saved, but the island was lost. So now that's why everybody's splitting off and going to their new homes and whatnot. I did enjoy seeing the reunion between Alicia and Madison. It felt like a good full circle moment for both characters. I also like how Victor didn't necessarily get to say goodbye, but he did get to see the two people most important to him, Madison and Alicia, at a distance, and see that they were both alive and healthy before going on their way and before he went on his way with his new family. So I'm glad Victor got a family out of this. I'm also really happy with Victor's arc this whole season. Like, he really turned a new corner, or a new page, whatever you want to say. He even made peace with Daniel. Like, Daniel was sick of hating him and blaming him for everything that happened to his family. And it was nice that we got some references to season 1 about how Madison, Daniel, and Victor were all blaming each other for everything that's ever happened to them since they all first met each other back in the early days of season 1 when they were all still in Los Angeles, where the show should have stayed, in my opinion. But unfortunately, I wasn't running the show, so... But yeah, and then another delightful surprise was that fan favorite made a return, not just talking about Alicia, but Skidmark the cat is still alive, and Alicia freed him to be reunited with Daniel, and Daniel found him, and I thought, oh, that is so sweet. He got his buddy back, and now Daniel can live the rest of his days with his beloved cat. That is so awesome. That is so great. That really warmed my heart and tugged at my heartstrings there. I was delighted to see Skidmark was still alive, and I was even more delighted he was reunited with Daniel, who of course was his best friend since we first met Skidmark back in season 5, I think it was. I don't know. I was just delighted to know that Skidmark had been alive this whole time. Speaking of being alive this whole time, I wish we had gotten some concrete answers or a confirmed fate regarding the following characters. We had Rabbi Jacob and the twin siblings, Sarah and Wendell. We never saw them again after the season 7 finale, and it feels like they sat out and missed out on this entire 8th season. I don't know what happened, if all those actors were simply just asked not to come back. Were they fired? Were they not needed for the story? But give us some fucking answers or confirmation to their fate instead of just not having them appear at all. Just have a line of dialogue saying, oh yeah, Sarah and Wendell went down fighting walkers together, or Rabbi Jacob got killed by marauders or walkers. Just have a line confirming their fate so we're not left hanging wondering what the fuck happened to them. Because I liked and cared about those characters, especially Sarah and Wendell, and I was hoping we'd get to see them one last time, but unfortunately we didn't. So that kind of pissed me off. That's one of the few reasons why I'm glad this show is ending, because it left a lot of characters' fates unanswered and unconfirmed. Like a perfect example, the 3 siblings, the 3 kids from season 5, we have not seen them, nor have they been referenced since the end of season 5. And they went through all of season 6, all of season 7, and obviously all of season 8 without ever being seen or referenced ever again. What the fuck happened to them? After Ginny sent them off to a settlement, are we supposed to assume that they just lived happily ever after? Like, seriously, guys, tie up all your loose ends. Like, they tied up enough loose ends in the series finale to make it moderately satisfying, at least for me. But I still would have preferred some fucking answers over all these other characters whom we haven't seen for a while or we didn't see die on screen. But it is what it is. It's over now. I'm glad it's over. And I'm glad everybody got their respective endings, especially Daniel with Skidmark, Alicia and Madison reuniting with each other, and then Victor getting a proper family and truly redeeming himself. So at least they had those moments. But other than that, yeah, I'm happy that it's over. How do you guys feel about Fear? Are you glad it's over? Are you sad it's over? Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Fear the Walking Dead is now streaming in its entirety on AMC Plus and other platforms as well. Not the final season. The final season is the only one on AMC Plus for now. But you can probably stream the other seasons elsewhere too. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.